front. Now we got to make the pocket there on the suit. After the suit is cut, we got to prepare, this is called a flap. If you notice with all this basting, already we hand stitched. If you notice this stitch over here, we hand stitched. Now, after that, I just got to give a little bit of pressing. I take the basting out. I go to the iron. Always we treat the fabric with tender love and care. Sometimes what happens to the fabric, that's the nature of it. Stretches one side, so you got to gather it, or you got to stretch one side where you want it, so to mold it and give it the right shape.
That's a beautiful old iron. I love all your tools. They're great old things. They're great.
This iron, they stay on all day. We determine the width of the pocket, which on your case here, it's 2 inches and 1/8.
That's the standard size?
Standard size, usually they can go from 2 inches to a 1/8 to a 1/4. We grade it according to the size of the person. See, my work is very much also geometric. In other words, I don't go by eye. I measure everything. For instance, here I measure 1 inch. This line, they are 1 inch apart. Why? Because 1/4 of an inch of the seam, then the jarret, which is another piece over here.
Oh, the jarret?
Jarret or piping, whatever you want to call, goes on top of the flap.
Right.
So this is 1/4 of an inch of the seam. There will be.
Okay.
And now we will make the pocket. Now, when I learned the tailor, they weren't doing it like this. Most of the work was done by hand.
Right.
Was it better? Perhaps not necessary. In doing this work, it requires a lot of attention, and sometimes you cannot be distracted with your mind. Of course, you can think whatever you wanted, but your attention has got to be always on the job.
You're going through a lot of layers of fabric, huh?
Yes.
You got to be conscious of where they all are. Right?
And here's, they got to match the stripe.
Right.
If you notice, for instance, the stripe, they match here, but they don't match on the top. It cannot be done because the front has 2 darts to shape the suit. So you got to put this dart to shape. So in doing that, you cannot match because it's not one piece of fabric. How we did the pocket? First, we had the sewing all around. Perhaps it's hard to visualize now, but you will see in a few minutes. You will see these pockets, the finished product. I wonder if people that are interested to see this job, how the pocket is made or other things. But I think it's good to know for the fact a client can realize the amount of work which goes into a suit.
It's an amazing amount of work.
Yeah.
So how many layers of fabric are you keeping in track of there?
Right now there are 1, 2, 3 from the fabric, 1 interfacing, 2 interfacing right now on that. So this pocket should be good for 100 years.
Better than I'm going to be.
And again, Voila, it's all done.
Beautiful.
Now we're going to press. We'll show you. So the suit to come beautiful needs a lot of pressing, a lot of touching with the hands. For instance, see how rugged it looks now? You watch after I press.
Beautiful.
See, it's smooth. And if you notice what we call it, jetted or piping, they are all nice and even. Now I take the flap from the inside. And we press again. We give it some steam.
Lots of steam.
Yeah, steam is very important.
It's a very hot iron too, right?
Yeah, it's
Which
got to be
will-
a certain temperature. Yeah. The steam has to be dry steam. If it's too wet, it's no good. So it's all done.
Perfect.
So
Thank you.